I want you to go whole hog. I want you to make a pork dinner. Make any kind of pork you want, but you gotta make it unforgettable. I want you to really wine and swine the judges. Is this thing on? There you go, just a smile. All right, chef's to your cards.
I'm really good at what I do, but I've got to step outside of that blue plate mindset.
30 minutes to make one-of-a-kind pork dish, shopping just one ingredient per aisle. You're gonna take all 10 aisles, one item per aisle, and all 10 items have to be incorporated into your dish. We're starting aisle 10. Not 3, not 2, not 1, not go, okay? Go. I had to. My responsibility.
The thing about this challenge is it's all about spontaneity. You can barely plan what you want to make.
Aisle 10, meat, seafood, dairy.
I'm gonna make a Sunday dinner pork chop platter with grits, bone-in chops.
Bone-in chops.
Cream lives in the same aisle as the pork. I have to have the pork for this dish. That means I have to sacrifice cream in my grits.
I really want to make a pork tostada because I think it'd be a really good homage to my family, to my culture, and my background. I grabbed ground pork because I could cook that down and make a tostada.
Go into aisle 9, frozen vegetables, bread.
Sauteed onions. They've got a ton of flavor.
I immediately grabbed some nice corn tortillas to fry later.
Go into aisle 8, cookies, cereal, coffee, tea.
I know that I need something that's gonna be herby and earthy on my plate, and tea's gonna bring it.
I see apricots.
Going for dried fruit.
Something sweet would be nice in with the pork.
Go into aisle 7, grains, candy, nuts.
Pecans and pork are like a marriage made in heaven.
This is harder than I expected. You can't change the item. You can't put it back. You have to use it.
10 seconds.
Chili corn kernels, I think they would add something different to my tostada.
Coming around aisle 6, cat food, baby food.
As soon as I saw the prunes, I knew they were gonna marry perfectly with the tea.
Baby food, this would be a good sauce for the tostada.
What flavor did you get?
Peach.
Peach.
Yeah.
That's a peach. Aisle 5, the kingdom of canned foods.
You can't make a tostada without some beans, so I go for canned black beans.
I don't have time for soaking grits. I know that I can make these instant grits delicious.
Looking for more in aisle 4, international food and pasta.
I'm looking for something really spicy to add to my tostada.
Jalapenos.
You get the acid and the heat. That'd be really good for the tostada.
I go for the black bean sauce.
Aisle 3, cocktails, tequila. Ooh, I like that.
It goes well with the tostada.
I love brandy, and I'm gonna wanna use it in my pork dinner.
Aisle 2, condiment heaven.
I grab the pepperoncinis because it'll add more flavor and more spice to the pork tostada.
The roasted red peppers are a beautiful color and flavor and texture.
Aisle 1, produce.
I want to grab everything and make this dish really perfect, but I have to stick to the one ingredient rule. So I grab cilantro for a finisher.
Produce, I go straight for the chard. I know I'm gonna use this chard 2 ways.
All right, ladies, great pork dinner with 25 minutes to go. Remember, you must use all 10 items in your dish.
Beautiful.
I'm going to make pan-roasted pork chops served alongside some spicy grits topped with chard greens. The key to a good pork chop is a great sear. I'm getting Darjeeling tea brewing as a glaze for my pork chops. I definitely feel like I'm an underdog. Luli's an amazing talent. She possesses some really refined technique. So I'm just gonna draw on everything I know about what tastes good and what feels good. I get the shards going in the pork jus. They're gonna take a lot of flavor from that. And I'm getting the stalks going with some butter and oil.
My plan is to make a spicy and sweet pork tostada.
How you feeling?
I actually feel pretty good. You know, I normally don't cook Mexican food, but
You really don't?
I don't. Making this Mexican tostada really means a lot to me. My dad really emphasized that we should embrace our culture and never forget about it. Whew. My dad would definitely like this. I started adding tequila because tequila and tostadas go hand in hand. I open my can of pickled jalapenos and add some of that liquid to the pork to add spiciness to it. Baby food tastes just like a really sweet puree, so it's a really good starter for a sauce. Then the apricot flavor goes really well with pork. I really needed to win this money to start my life with my girlfriend and get that engagement ring.
Ladies, we are at the halfway point. 15 minutes left of the competition.
Meg, how you feeling over there, Mama?
I feel warm, but I feel good. I'm gonna make something G. Garvin wants to eat.
I'm all about the grits.
I ascribe to the Church of Grits and Greens. At my diner, I use instant grits to make a cheesy grits casserole. I know how to take instant grits and make them into something that's really decadent. Since I can't use any cream, I dump enough butter to kill a horse into these grits.
I'm a grit fanatic. How you spicing them?
A little bit of this bean sauce.
Bean sauce.
Bean sauce.
I didn't see that coming.
My tapenade is sauteed Swiss chard stalks, roasted red peppers from a jar, and pureed prunes. I can't believe that I'm using baby food in a competition to win $20,000.
I thought 10 ingredients was a lot, but it doesn't really seem like I have that much stuff to work with. All right, what else do I need? I still have to use canned beans. I don't want to just make a puree out of them, so I figure adding the beans to the pork itself would add more flavor. I still feel pretty confident. It may not be classic American pork dinner, but in Mexico, anywhere, I just thought it was dinner.
Come on, we need to get this plated. Minute 20.
I finish my greens with the brandy. I only do one coating of the glaze on the chop because I don't want to overwhelm it with the tea flavor and get them on the plate.
Get it on there.
I'm putting down the apricot sauce first, and I'm worried that my pork will make my tostada soggy. But I'm out of time, so just start plating.
Go, you don't have time. Let's go, 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 go.
Get it on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop working.
Oh my gosh. Good job, ladies.
I have plated 4 gorgeous plates.
Looking at my tostada, it kind of hits me like maybe this isn't what they meant by pork dinner.
What a ramp up to a grand finish. 1 ingredient per aisle. A game that is loved by no one. The chefs had to make a pork dinner using exactly 10 items pulled from exactly 10 aisles. First up, Chef Megan, what do you got for us?
I have a tea-poached plum glazed bone-in pork chop with spicy grits and chard greens.
Chef Meg, I am floored by your flavor combinations. This dish takes me back to my roots, like growing up in the South with pork and greens and grits. This is like Southern cuisine at its finest.
Thank you.
But I will say the pork's a little dry.
Mama Meg, my favorite part of this dish is that chard. I think the brandy with those caramelized onions works so well together. It tastes really great. I love that.
Oh, wonderful.
I loved the idea of the tea with the pork. They can work so well together, but I wish I could taste the tea a little bit more.
I agree with what Artie has to say. The reduction, it was perfect. You know, it just needed 2 more minutes.
Next up, Chef Lou Lee. What do you got for us?
I decided to make a pork tostada with a apricot sauce and jalapeno and pepperoncinis. I also added lots of tequila and some beans.
Lulu, the greatest compliment I guess you can give a chef is that I can't stop eating this. You gave us heat from the jalapeno pepperoncini. You've got the sweetness from the baby food and from those dried apricots. Fantastic job.
Luli, we were nervous when we saw you putting your sauce down on your tostada because we thought it would make it soggy. But I love that because the perimeter is still crispy. But here's where I'm a little bit torn. Is it a pork dinner? I don't know, I can go back and forth on that. But is it something that I want to keep eating? Yes.
Yeah, I'm worried if they really thought that Megan's dish was more of a classic pork dinner than mine was.
Chefs, thank you very much. Please return to the kitchens. We'll call you back when we have a decision.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They're both great. They both deserve to win, but at the end of the day, it comes down to what the game was, which was clearly the pork dinner.
I don't know.
I'm so split, you guys. I'm so split.
Ladies, I have to tell you, I really don't think that we have seen outstanding dishes like we saw your two. It was wonderful to watch. But unfortunately, I'm sending one of you home. The chef that will be going home will be Luli.
Thank you, guys.
It's so hard when you know you're sending someone home because of the game. Pork dinner.
Yeah.
But man, I think we would all eat that any day of the week.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, make sure you subscribe to Food Network UK where you can see loads more shows and loads of different recipes.